everyone. In this session, we will be dealing with grammatically correct sentences. So again, grammar forms an inherent part of a number of competitive exams. And yes, today we are specially dealing with the question types that you may see in the bank PO or bank clerical prelims and mains exams. So you see, grammar, as you know, there would be, there could be errors dealing with noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, conjunction, preposition, phrasal verbs. So all along, so many, it spans so many different topics that are there. So there are certain common errors that you need to keep in mind, and you also need to remember that every exam that you will take, right, will have some question or the other on grammar. Plus, like today, we will be dealing with question types where you have to pick the grammatically correct sentence. At the same time, that means that you have to identify the grammatically incorrect sentences. So let's get on with today's class, today's session. And as we go along, as we go through different questions, we will be dealing with certain rules that are related to that particular error or question that is there. So yes, please subscribe to the YouTube channel for Time for Bank Exams. And this will be your bank for success. True. Now, every time for any question that is there, it is imperative that you read the directions very carefully. There may be, certain tweaking of the directions in the main exam. So in the main exam also make sure that you read the directions carefully. Here, if you see, the directions are for each of the questions below, a sentence is written in 4 different ways. Select the grammatically correct option, keeping in view the meaning, the usage, and mark that particular option as your answer. If none of the options is correct, mark none is correct as the answer. Yes, so good to go. Let's look at the first question here. So here, see, what you will do is you will start reading the first sentence. The moment you come to the first error, yes, you stop there and you move on to the next. A sentence may have multiple errors. That is also possible. So, but you need not be looking for the second error or the third error. The first error you find, you stop there, move to the next one. Actually, what happens is the moment you find the first error, you stop and you look at the, you scan the other options at the same position. It is quite possible that another sentence also has the same error. So it becomes easy elimination and yes, you save time also. So let's read here the first one. A relationship between 2 or more words or phrases in which the 2 units are grammatical parallel and have the same referent is known as an apposition. Now read carefully. A relationship between 2 or more words or phrases, nothing wrong till here, in which the 2 units, correct, are grammatical parallel. The 2 units are grammatical parallel. Here is an error. Yes. Which word do we need over here? We need the word grammatically. Yes, so it should be grammatically. That means we need an adverb over here. Are grammatically parallel and have the same referent is known as an apposition. So A is wrong. The first one is wrong. And if you see grammatically. So that error is not there in any other sentence. Let's read the second one. A relationship between 2 or more words or phrases in which the 2 units are grammatically parallel and have the same referent is known an apposition, is known an, something missing here, yes, is known as an. Yes, so 2 is also ruled out. Let's look at the third sentence. A relationship between 2 or more words or phrases in which the 2 units are grammatically parallel and have the same referent is known as an apposition. So the 2 errors that we had encountered earlier, we do not see the 2 errors here. So grammatically as, right? So this seems to be a correct sentence. Rather, it is a correct sentence. So that means there's something wrong with the fourth one. Now, what is wrong with the fourth one? Let's identify that too. In the exam, yes, you need not do that. Third is your answer, move and mark ahead. But while you're learning, while you're practicing, yes, I need to tell you and you also need to understand the error and the type of error that is there in any sentence. So over here, a relationship between two or more words or phrases in which the two units have grammatically parallel what? Wrong here. And have the same referent is known as an apposition. Yes, so we have a correct answer in the third one. Let's look at the next sentence here. All right. Wealth is abundance of valuable financial assets or physical possessions which can be converted into a form used for transactions. If you read too fast, you're going to miss the error. When you are dealing with such questions, yes, you can break up the sentence into parts as you read. Wealth is abundance of. What is missing here? We are defining wealth, right? So wealth, this has to be something specific over here. What is missing? The word the is missing, right? So wealth is the abundance of valuable financial assets or physical possessions. One is wrong. The we see everywhere, so fine. The second one, wealth is the abundance in wrong over here, wrong preposition used, so ruled out. Go to the third one, wealth is the abundance of valuable financial assets or physical possessions which can be converted into a form used for transactions. Absolutely correct. The fourth one, wealth is the abundance of valuable financial assets or physical possessions which could be converted into a form used for transactions. Now, what is the difference between can and could? Yes, so when we do, modal auxiliary verbs, right, there is a difference between can and could. Right, so in this particular case, can will be used because here we are giving a definite definition, you can say, of wealth. Yes, we are stating a fact. Yes, so the could word doesn't match over here at all. Yes, so can, so option 3 is your answer here. Moving to the next sentence. Connectivity is a requisite for telework and not everyone can work from home. So, or not everyone. So the sentence doesn't make any logical sense. Let's read ahead. Connectivity is a requisite for telework and not everyone can work from home. Yes, because connectivity, if a person does not have connectivity, then the person will not be able to do any kind of telework. So this makes sense, right? Connectivity, the third one, the connectivity is a requisite for work, nor not everyone can work from home. Grammatically also incorrect and structurally also the sentence is improper. Out. The fourth, connectivity is a requisites. Yes, wrong here itself. But not everyone can work from home, wrong here again. Now see, if you recall, there are certain conjunctions known as coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions, and they are, if you remember, fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. And the chief characteristic of the coordinating conjunction is that they are used to join two or more words, phrases, clauses of equal rank. And is a conjunction, yes, that tells us about addition. It is adding on to what has already been said here, right? So it is not bringing in, an alternative or a contrast. So we don't want a but or an or a nor, right? So here the correct answer would be connectivity is a requisite for telework and not everyone can work from home. Option 2. Moving to the fourth question here, which says, lots of kings used to live here because of the beautiful scenery. All right. Lots of kings used to live here because of the beauty and scenery. Used to live here because of the beauty and scenery. Beauty and scenery of what? Beauty of what? Okay. Lots of kings used to stay here because of the beauty and sceneries. Well, there is no word like sceneries. Yes, there are sceneries, so these two are immediately ruled out. Now your comparison is only between the first and the second, so you have to choose one. So lots of kings used to live here because of the beauty and scenery. So when you structure the sentence like this, so because of the beauty of what? Beauty of nature or something, then it would make sense, right? Live here because of the beautiful scenery. So the place was very scenic, right? So there are certain words where so spelling errors, that is also one thing that you have to keep in mind, right? So there are certain words like there's nothing like sceneries. Which are the other words like these? Hares. There's nothing like hares. So there are certain words like hare, sheep, yes, cattle, deer, right? Scenery, aircraft, information. Yes, so whether you use them in the singular or in the plural, yes, the word will be used as it is. Yes, another word you can add over here is machinery. So no hares, no deers, no sheep, no sceneries, no cattle, no aircrafts, no informations, no machineries, right? So we have the correct answer here in the first one. Then we move on to the fifth question here. He sends to them enough money but rarely visits them. He sends to them enough money. He sends them enough money. He sends to them enough money. This is wrong. So he sends to them, again wrong. So first out, second out. The third one, he sends them enough money but rarely visits them. So the but over here is bringing in the contrast that it seems as if he cares for them. That's the reason he sends them enough money for their survival, so that for whatever reason, for whatever they want, but rarely visits them. So that is bringing in the contrast here. So 3 is correct. The fourth, what's wrong with the fourth then? He sends for them enough money. He sends enough money for them, then it would have been fine. But visits to them rarely, this again is completely lopsided. Yes, so fourth is also wrong, and the correct answer is definitely the third one. There's nothing wrong with the third sentence, right? So fifth also is out then. So you have to read the sentence, you have to understand the meaning, you have to look at the structure of the sentence also. You have to all the common errors that are there, like like subject verb, yes, so many other errors that you've already done. Yes, the noun pronoun pair, is that correct or not, right? Whether the phrasal verb used is correct or not, right? Then with verbs there are so many other kinds of errors that are there, whether the right modal has been used. Yes, with adjectives, whether whether we need the adjective form or whether we need the adverb form of the word. Is the conjunction proper and placed in such a manner that it is making the sentence logical? So all these things have to be running through your mind, and as you read you will be able to, and I'm sure you've had enough practice. With enough practice you will be able to, as you read, you will be able to identify the error if at all it is there, right? So the fifth one, third option, is your correct answer. The sixth question, it says the jury are not unanimous in their verdict. The jury are not unanimous in their verdict. Then the second says the jury is not unanimous in its verdict. The jury are not unanimous by their verdict. So this by is definitely wrong, so ruled out. The jury are not unanimous in its verdict. So here we have a mismatch over here, whereas we have are here and we have its here. The jury being referred to in the plural as well as in the singular. Yes, so ITS is a, yes, it is a kind of a pronoun, possessive pronoun. Remember that it is different from the IT apostrophe S. This is just to bring in, bring to your attention that it's a very common error. ITS and IT apostrophe S are completely different just because they are pronounced the same. Yes, you do not get confused between the two. Now, okay, that apart. So these two are ruled out, and now we have these two. In general, the word jury is used in a, what is a jury? Jury could be 1 member, 3 members, 5 members, 20 members. Yes, so jury would be the group that is judging or deciding, or coming to a verdict, right? So here, so the word jury is what kind of a noun? It's a noun. Yes, it's a collective noun. It's a collective noun. And collective nouns, most of the time, they take a singular verb. But there are exceptions. When will a collective noun take a plural verb? So it can take a singular or a plural verb. When would this happen? Yes, when the members are being referred to as individuals, then, especially when there is some kind of a, in this case, some kind of a disagreement. Disagreement means that the members are not able to come to some kind of agreement among themselves. Hence, without using the word members, you are referring to them. That is the reason why you will be using the plural pronoun over here and the plural verb too. The jury are not unanimous in their verdict. Yes, so this is your correct sentence and not the second one, which many a times candidates think that the jury, yes, should be singular only. See, for a sentence like the jury has given its verdict. So for this it is fine. There's one verdict that the jury has given, whether it is a unanimous one or whether it is a majority one, irrespective of that. Yes, we will consider the jury as a single group. But when they are not unanimous in their verdict, when you frame the sentence in this manner, then what happens? That you're directly saying that there were disagreements. Somebody said yes, somebody said no, different points of view, hence are not unanimous in their verdict. So this is very interesting, right? Keep in mind that whenever there is a collective noun, yes, there is a chance that you may be using a plural verb. See, if a sentence is like this, a bunch of flowers, yes, was or were gifted to me. So in this case, a bunch of flowers, therefore definitely was and not were, right? So when we have the collective noun framed in such a manner, then most of the times we'll be using a singular verb. Right? But when there is some kind of disagreement, or when there is, when the members are doing their own thing, when different actions are taking place, then the collective noun can take a plural verb and a plural pronoun too. Right? So correct answer for the sixth one is the first. You see, grammar is very extensive and you need to revise thoroughly. Please do that and please practice a lot. Again, grammar questions, as you read, in a few seconds you get them. If you are, if all the common errors are at your fingertips, then what happens that very fast. And that is what is the requirement for the exam, right? Correct answers which you arrive at quickly. All right. So if you can see with all the links that are given here, you can join, subscribe to Time for Bank Exams for bank, SSC, CGL, insurance, railway and other related exams. And for classroom coaching, do contact your nearest time center. For online courses, you can enroll at the rate t4e.info/bank-ssc online. All right, all the best. Prepare well for your exams and good luck. Thank you.